Hello there. How you doing? Jeff the Social AIMC Business Solutions for our weekly video for you. As every week, we do everything from a marketing tip to a business networking tip to help you as a small business owner, all the way up to corporate marketing departments. So this week, I want to talk a little bit about networking and social media networking. So I know social media is very overwhelming. I mean, you have LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, there's Google My Business, YouTube, just to name a few. And what seems to be a full-time job is managing your connections. Now, the normal rule of thumb, whenever you meet someone, whether it's in person or a virtual event, you would connect to somebody on LinkedIn or sometimes even some of the other social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram, depending on the type of business and what the collaboration is. But have you ever been, tooling around on LinkedIn and you notice that you have these people trying to connect to you? And I'm going to point out LinkedIn and I'm going to point out Instagram and Facebook especially. And you're like, how do I know this person? Where do I know this person? So you actually see who they're connected to, if there's common connections. And you notice you may not have any common connections. They may be like a third level connection on LinkedIn, but you don't know anything about this person. So, and sometimes, and I hope that this doesn't happen to you, you may make a connection to someone that ends up being some sort of a scam or ransomware or any type, just generally bad things. And I've seen this a lot, especially on Instagram. I'll get these connections, and as a middle-aged white male, some good-looking girl will try to connect to you or whatever, and turns out it's some dude from India behind the scenes that's trying to get access to your account and your connections. So you really have to really watch this. So what I always suggest you do is if you do get a connection request on any platform, do your research before you actually blindly connect to somebody. Do your research. Now, I'm going to use LinkedIn. If you get a LinkedIn's a little bit more professional, but I see this a little bit more on Instagram where you may get a connection request from someone. What I suggest you do is Google them. Also, search to see what their profiles are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, other platforms to see if they're really for real, they're really from where they're from, what they say they're from. They really had the background, because a really rule of thumb with social media is your profile should be consistent across all of social media. If you start seeing that the profiles are different, run. Do not connect to that person. If you start seeing that the profiles have 0 friends or 0 connections or under 10, run, because that could be a duplicate account that someone created from somebody else. They took somebody's pictures and they pretended to be that person, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to connect to your friends and your connections to do some sort of scam or something really bad. So I really look for those big things. Really do the search for, that person, scope them out a little bit if you don't know them, and also note how many connections they have. Unless somebody says, "Hey, I'm just starting on LinkedIn," but I would not even connect to that person anyways, because the whole purpose of networking is to connect to the connected, right? Connect to the people that have a lot of connections. You're not going to connect to somebody with 5 connections and find out that they were up to no good. So those are 2 big tips right there. And also, this also applies a lot, and I'm going to put my IT security hat on a little bit, email management and all. Really, really scope out and watch what you're connecting to, what links you're clicking and all that, because there are ways that if they could get somebody up to no good could get access to your computer and your connections and everything about you just for that click. So that's a good tip for today. Hopefully take this seriously. Online reputation management is very serious. So, to maintain amazing and online management, you got to make sure you have valid connections that you're collaborating with, you're connecting, you're doing, you're collaborating, you're commenting, you're liking, and you help each other organically grow each other's connections. Stay away from those bad connections. And that's my tip for the week. If you have any questions, let me know. We can chat. And happy and safe social media networking out there. Have a good day.